Welcome to Mikon's Hardware. In this video I'm going to review this Chinese headset, which is Fifine H9. The headset was sent to me by Fifine for free, but they have absolutely no say in my review methodology and what I am saying about the headset. So let's take a quick look. The headset looks like this. It also has a rather short cord, which ends up with a 3.5mm jack, but then we have this kind of audio or sound card which connects to your computer with a USB connector. This cord is rather long. I don't remember the exact size of this cord, but I will add it on the screen. Additionally, we get this kind of microphone that can be connected to the headset and disconnected. It is mounted on this flexible bar. Everything comes in this box, but nothing else is available in the box, so I don't think we need it anymore. As usual, I have made myself this kind of printout with the most important information about the headset, but first I would like to tell you that I am not a music professional and I'm not even a music enthusiast. So my review cannot be taken as the one final word about the headset. Please just take it as a one more opinion about the headset when you're making your decision if you want to buy it or don't buy it. Additionally, I am extremely picky when it comes to the headsets, and right now I'm still using a 10-plus-year-old Chinese headset that I bought when I lived in China. It is Somic G909 headset. Even though the headset looks pretty pathetic right now, it still works and I still didn't find anything to replace it with. I have tested many different expensive and cheap headsets and I simply don't like any of them as much as I like my Somic G909. So, in spite of all of that, I will try my best to give a Fifine H9 a fair shot and be unbiased and be fair towards this headset, especially since Fifine H9 is worth only 40–45 euros. My Somic G909 costs about 50 euros right now, and I'm going to compare it with the wireless Logitech G933 headset that costs about 130 euros, and I took my wife's Sony WH-1000 XM4 headset, which costs almost 300 euros. So as you can see, the comparison is not exactly fair, but these are the headsets that I was able to find at my home. To start, I'm going to walk through this headset and tell you how it feels for me before I start using it. It starts with this head bar, which feels rather nice. Of course, this is not leather. For this price you would not expect it, but it still feels rather nice. It is also flexible and soft and not too heavy. Then we have aluminum here bars which are holding the speakers, and this is rather surprising because aluminum is not very common for cheap Chinese products. You can expand and collapse these bars into the head bar, or how it is called. Basically increase and reduce the size of the headset, depends on the size of your head. And this aluminum bar stays inside pretty well. When you put it inside or put it outside, you get a satisfying click, which I personally find enjoyable, and once it's in, it stays there pretty firm. The cable itself is also pretty nice. First of all, it is sleeved, so it feels very nice. It is pretty thick, so it would be pretty hard to get damaged, and even though it is short, it is long enough to connect to the USB card. About the USB card, it is a small plastic box that has 4 physical buttons to adjust the volume of your microphone and the speaker, plus on the side there is a switch to enable or disable microphone, and on the back side you have a clip to connect this USB sound card to somewhere where you want it to stick. The cable itself is also shielded and sleeved, so I do not have any complaints and I actually enjoy this cable. I have all sorts of cable mass on my table, and in spite of all of that, I did not hear any static electricity noises or any other electricity interference in Fifine H9 during my 2–3 weeks usage of this headset. Finally, the USB sound card has a weird feature called the 7.1 audio. I have no clue how it works because the headset obviously has only 2 speakers, but I will test how it works in gaming and tell you how it goes. One last piece is this microphone, which is detachable from the headset. I don't like this kind of solution because I want my microphone to be always present with the headset, so I don't need to look for it, I don't need to remember where it is at the moment, but we have what we have. The microphone is connected through this flexi bar, so you can adjust the location of the microphone depending on where your mouth is. Okay, that's all pretty good, but how does it feel to actually use Fifine H9 headset? To have some sort of a reference, I will first provide you input about the other headset that I have here on test to compare with. Starting with my Somic G901, which is a daily driver, and surprisingly this is a very comfortable headset for me. The ear sizes are just perfect, the headset is not too heavy, it's not too bulky, and I can use it for hours and hours without any issues. I just like how it feels, it doesn't make me tired, and my ears do not sweat a lot inside this headset. The next one is Logitech G933. Even though it's an expensive headset, I don't like it. It feels a bit bulky and my ears get tired pretty quickly. After a couple of rounds, I feel like I want to take it off and go back to my Somic G909. And the expensive Sony WX1000XM4 is simply not my cup. I feel deeply uncomfortable in this headset, but what's more important is that as soon as I enable some sort of sound or music, it feels like the sound is sneaking through my ears straight into my brain. My ears start to hurt immediately, and after a while my head just wants to explode. So I simply cannot use this expensive Sony headset. With this, let's go to Fifine H9 headset, and much to my surprise, it feels rather okay in my head. It does not squeeze my ears, it also does not push my head from the top, it sits pretty firm. At the same time I still have some ear ventilation. So overall, after a couple of rounds of any game, I would simply forget that I'm using Fifine H9 instead of Somic G901 and just enjoy my gaming process. So this is definitely a plus for Fifine H9 from me. The gaming experience is also surprisingly positive. I played dozens and dozens of different FPS rounds using Fifine H9 headset and I enjoyed it. The 7.1 audio feature is surprisingly and weirdly useful. I cannot explain it and I cannot verify if it is really so, but somehow it felt that when 7.1 audio is enabled, it was easier for me to locate myself in the space and identify where the enemies are coming from or where certain events are happening based on the sound. So I really enjoyed it, I really liked it, and if you're playing first-person shooters, I can say that Fifine H9 are probably a good fit for you if you're on a tight budget. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same about music quality. So here I also don't know how to let you feel the difference between the different headsets when I'm playing some music, because first I need to play the music through the headset, then I need to record the music with my microphone, and then you need to play it recorded from my microphone with your headset or with your speakers. So that's double transformation, and I'm not sure that you will be able to feel any difference, but I will try my best. To start, let's play the first composition, but here I'm not going to provide information which headset is used, so you can form your opinion. Now let's listen to the other two compositions and the hardware unboxed channel, but this time with the titles of which headset is used. And by the way, if you're able to recognize all three soundtracks, please leave me a comment with your best guess.
Okay, so unlike other 4070 class products, the 4070 Ti Super moves away from the AD100. Okay, so unlike other 4070 class products, the 4070 Ti Super moves away from the AD100. Okay, so unlike other 4070 class products, the 4070 Ti Super moves away from the AD100. Okay, so unlike other 4070 class products, the 4070 Ti Super moves away from the AD100. Okay, so unlike other 4070 class products, the 4070 Ti Super moves away from the AD100.
I am not sure if you were able to hear or feel any difference between these recordings because the audio is transformed 2 times, but at least I can provide you my input on how I feel about these headsets. So let's start with my daily driver, Somic G909. I like how the headset sounds, I can feel and enjoy the music. The quality is also not too bad. The speech is very clear and I can understand everything. So no wonder this is my daily driver. Moving on to Logitech G933, I can't really say what I dislike about the headset, but something just doesn't feel right. I don't enjoy the music just as much, and sometimes I have problems understanding the speech, but overall the headset works just fine and I cannot pinpoint what is actually wrong with it. It's just my feel that something is odd in there. About the expensive Sony headset, I have already said I simply cannot use it because whenever I try to play some music, my ears want to bleed and my head wants to explode. So it's just not for me. The last one, Fifine H9, and unfortunately the sound quality is simply not good enough for me. Even though you can listen to the music, I feel like I do not feel the composition and I do not enjoy it. Nevertheless, whenever I listen to an audiobook or to some YouTube video such as hardware unboxed video, I find this speech to be extremely clear and very enjoyable. Fifine H9 also has a microphone even though it is primarily a gaming headset, and even though I think most of you will use an external microphone for gaming communication and so on, I still decided to connect this microphone to the headset and test how it works. So apparently I was sloppy enough and I did not enable a recording from the Fifine headset, so I apologize for this little cutout. This audio sample is recorded with Fifine H9 headset using Fifine H9 microphone. So you can have some sort of an audio sample to understand and listen how this microphone sounds when recording straight from the headset. Here you can make your conclusion and decide yourself if it makes sense or doesn't make sense to use this Fifine H9 microphone. In my opinion, the priority here is the headset itself, and the microphone is just a nice bonus. As long as it works, somehow it's fine. So overall, if you're looking for a gaming headset, you're playing first-person shooters, and maybe you're listening to YouTube videos or audiobooks, then I would say Fifine H9 would be a good fit. In my case, Fifine H9 is not going to be my next daily driver, simply because the audio quality is not good enough. I cannot enjoy, I cannot feel the music. Yes, my Somic G909 is really old and asking to get retired, and I hoped that Fifine H9 could be the replacement, but it didn't happen. Still, I am impressed with how much you can get for just 40-45 euros, and I hope you enjoyed this video as always. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, see you in the next video, bye bye.